Hi there, my name is Matthew, and we're standing in the Chamberlain Garden at Glen Magna Farms. It was laid out in 1889 by Joseph Chamberlain. Today, we're going to be working on some edging in the garden. Okay, so to start edging, some of the tools you'll need. First one is obviously a hand edger. You can get this at most hardware stores. It's always a good idea to make sure that the blade is sharp. You can sharpen it yourself if needed. You'll also need, if you're doing a formal garden, which we are here at Glen Magna Farms, the Chamberlain Garden is very formal. You'll need string to make sure, as a guide, to make sure that your lines are nice and straight. I also like to have a bucket and a wheelbarrow for all my extra edging to bring to the compost pile. A common mistake that I see that some gardeners make and some homeowners is that they create their edge too deep. What I mean by that is they use the whole blade of the edger. You only need to use a quarter or just a couple inches of the blade as you dig into the pathway. A lot of people are going to be using the pathway, and you don't want to create a trip hazard from the pathway to the lawn or from the lawn to the garden bed. So again, just be careful not to use the whole blade, especially the edges along pathways. All right, so we're going to start our edging now. So I'm just going to take my edger. I like to put it directly behind the line that I just laid out. Just line it right up, nice and careful. And I'm just going to use my foot, and I just push in gently. I'm not going all the way down. Following that line. Lifting up. After you start getting in a groove, it almost becomes a little bit of a meditation. It's nice being outside in nature in the springtime. Start hearing all the different nature calls. Right now we have a bunch of blue jays that are singing their song, and I saw some goldfinches earlier. And the spring peepers, those little tree frogs we have here in Massachusetts. Later this afternoon, I look forward to their late afternoon call. All right, so we're moving on to our next step. I remove the line. We don't no longer need that line. We're going to retrace what we just did, but we're going to edge a little deeper with our edger. Just remember, not too deep. So we're going to use pressure, going a little deeper, and then we're going to rock. Going to rock that edger. This is going to release that excessive edge off, this edging material we don't want. It's going to come off a lot easier. Alright, so excellent job. We finished our hand edging. At Glen Magna Farms, we actually edge all the formal gardens just that way. But it wouldn't be practical to maintain those edges weekly. So for that, we use a string trimmer. All right, so this is the string trimmer we use at Glen Magna Farms. Some people call it a weed whacker. A lot of people use the string trimmer horizontally. We do a lot of that here at Glen Magna, but for maintaining those edges along the pathways and gardens, we actually flip it over and do what's called vertical string trimming. We actually do all the paths once a week at Glen Magna Farms just this way. One of the things I love most about the gardens of Glen Magna Farms is the formality of them. But at the same time, they also have a wilderness to them, a wildness to them. What I mean by that is, take the Chamberlain Garden, for example, the garden that we just edged. It's very formal on appearance when you first walk in. Straight pathways, bordered by 4 exact quadrants. But within those garden beds are wild plantings. We have sneezeweed, Joe Pye weed, goldenrod, wild phlox. We even have cannas and banana trees growing within these garden beds. So it's something that you can even try at home. You can have a formality with straight pathways or nice edging to create this formal, pleasing look. But within the actual garden bed, you can go wild and express yourself in all kinds of different ways. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you learned some things. I hope you can get out this week and do some gardening. You can even try some of that edging. Don't worry if you've never edged before. Gardening is very forgiving. It's okay to make mistakes. Don't worry about it. It's all about getting out in nature and enjoying it. See you around. Till next time, happy gardening.